Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Somber, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of the show. We narrow down the funniest headlines of the week to 2. And there's hundreds of them. And we go through just the headlines alone. You decide, based on that headline, whether we should break down that story. Which one? You have to choose one. You have headline 1, headline 2. You decide by texting in at 312-591-8300 which one you want to hear us break down. But do not text until you hear both headlines. Today's, these are doozies. Let's start with headline number 1. Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, "I'm going to cook you all," and vowing to bring a paddle as punishment. Kenzie didn't know that. Kenzie didn't know these headlines yet, okay?
I'm gonna cook you.
Yes. This is to be clear, it's a school bus.
Yeah.
So this is not like
It's not the Reggie's party bus?
It's not that. They're not a CTA bus. This is a school bus, like a kid's school bus. Again, Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, "I'm going to cook you all."
Oh, my God.
And vowing to bring a paddle as punishment. That's headline 1. If you want to hear more about that story, text that in, but not before you hear headline 2, which is, vicious squirrel sends 2 neighbors to emergency room after series of attacks.
Oh, my God.
Quote, "She almost killed me." 2 good headlines today. 2 good stories, maybe. Sometimes the headline's good and the story isn't. But
Well, let's hope the story's good.
I'm saying that's
Way to make them want to stick around, right?
all I'm saying is you don't know. That's the mystery of it all.
That's the rub.
So text in headline 1 or headline 2, whichever one you want to hear us break down. After Papa Roach, we will break down the story you choose as you decide the content here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it's Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of the show. The results are in, but let's get to the headlines that were 2 of the funniest of the week out of the hundreds we went through. We narrow it down to those 2. You decide by the headline alone which story you want to hear us break down. You really can't lose today, because headline number 1 was, Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, "I am going to cook you all." That's a school bus, by the way, and vowing to bring a paddle as punishment. The paddle sounds actually better than being cooked. Like he says he's threatening the
Better
paddle.
being cooked alive.
He should have hit him with a paddle and then threatened to cook him the next day.
Well, school buses are freezing. I'd be like, thank God there's heat. Why haven't we used this?
I don't think I can co-sign any of that.
Headline number 2 was, vicious squirrel sends 2 neighbors to the emergency room after a series of attacks. "She almost killed me," was quoted one of the victims. I don't know how they knew it was a she squirrel. Look under the hood. I don't know what you do there.
Wait, scroll down to cloud or what's the story?
Now, I know that there's some mysteries in that last headline of those vicious squirrels, but I think people kind of thought the headline says all what happened there. Maybe they've come across a lot of vicious squirrels in certain suburbs. So headline 1 did win barely. There was a lot of votes, but headline 1 won, which is Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, "I am going to cook you all," that's the children, and vowing to bring a paddle as punishment. So let's go.
I'm dying to know what grade this was. Like, was it elementary? Like, are there kindergartens out there? Or are these, like, problematic high schoolers?
Well, let's get there. This was in Sugar Creek, Pennsylvania. A Pennsylvania school bus driver is facing charges after police said he threatened children and blasted the heat inside the bus as punishment. Again, Kenzie would have been like, "This is glorious."
Finally. I mean, the whole winter, there was never heat on our bus.
Got in a bikini on the back of the bus,
Right,
Kenzie. What else?
fantastic.
Like she's in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah. It was like a vacation.
So the Sugar Creek Borough Police Department said it received multiple complaints Wednesday morning from parents whose children got off the bus, quote, "crying and extremely sweaty."
Join the club. That's how I always am.
When you get off the bus.
When I get off the CTA bus, I'm crying and extremely sweaty.
Even though it's a nice,
Jason, you just found out you can sue.
These kids aren't special. That's my daily existence.
gets off the bus after a long express ride. Oh, brutal.
You don't need to talk about my express business now. It's a perk of living where I live now.
Oh, yeah, rich life.
I live in a studio. Relax.
Officers identified the driver, and I guess I can do this. It's in the story. It's public knowledge. Otherwise, I wouldn't put him on blast. But he's going to catch some strays this morning. Is Harvey Slicker, 75 years old, of Utica. That's in Pennsylvania. According to police, Silker told the children to close the bus windows and then turn the heater on high while the outside temperature was 74 degrees. This happened last week.
So it's a bit chilly out.
So I don't know if they want a little bit of air because those buses can get stuffy just like they can get cold, like Kenzie was saying. There's not really that good of air or heat on a bus.
Not good ventilation as a whole.
There's nothing better than a 74-degree day than have the wind outside hit you in the face from the window.
Well, did you ever have one of those buses that lost the privilege of opening the windows because the kids couldn't behave, so you had to keep the windows closed?
I mean, it's hard to recall, but I also remember that a lot of the windows were broken and wouldn't open on our bus. Because they just had those slide down things. All those locks were like half broken.
Yeah, I
all the
never
time.
figured
kids
out the
broke 'em.
mechanics of opening a school bus window.
Yeah, but you had to put both fingers push
You had
in.
to pinch it, yeah.
And by the time you got there, you were at school.
It was like one of those
So
finger
you
traps.
figure it out.
It was
You
like
can't
a
get your
Chinese
fingers
finger
back?
trap. Yeah.
And they also look super dangerous, like your finger get cut off on those
Yo,
things.
my God, yes.
God.
But
Well,
again,
they'd always come down at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like they didn't have it was a bam.
Good
Sorry.
God, those were the
They'd
worst.
be like, "Don't slam it." You're like, I just opened it.
I can't find my pinky, sir. So the outside temperature was 74. He cranked the heat because they opened the windows. Authorities said the temperature inside the closed bus may have climbed to 95 to 100 degrees because he had the heat on.
Thank God. Now we're talking.
well,
Vacation.
Well, we do repeat the statement that he said to the children, "I'm going to cook you all." And he threatened to bring a paddle the next day. So imagine these kids are at 100 degrees, sweaty and crying, and then he says, "I'm going to hit you the next day."
I'm gonna hit you the next day.
yeah, just you. If you don't like this, I'm going to hit you tomorrow.
Something to look forward to.
Now, here's the answer to your question, Kenzie, on the grade. Investigators noted the threats and actions caused fear of serious injury among several students between the ages of 5 and 12.
Big laugh from Kenzie.
Oh my God.
You were hoping it was going to be
That
7.
just makes it so much worse.
A 5-year-old in the bus, he's going, I'm saying, "I'm going to cook you."
Well, because this is also this first experience. They've been in school for the first time ever for like 2 months.
Yeah, you're 5th grader, you're in kindergarten, right? If
You're
that.
5. You're in kindergarten.
Yeah.
You're 5th graders now.
Oh, or 5. I'm thinking about my own experience.
Now, what he did was wrong.
But
Beto.
Those kids must have done something. This is not the actions of a man who's been annoyed for the first time.
they opened the windows. That's all it said in the
No,
story.
I'm sure they were throwing Skittles out the window like Ivan did on the text line. That's what he's talking about. Is I used to open the school bus window and throw Skittles out them.
Well, I remember the kids on my bus used to hit it, so it sounded like the bus driver hit something. Like
Oh,
they bang the side.
Yeah.
And so the bus
That's
driver's like,
evil.
"What was that? What was that? What was that?"
Your bus driver had a nervous breakdown.
Well, my bus driver called the cops on us. We all had to get off the bus while the cops showed up because somebody was ringing a bell, and they asked the cop to search us.
Ringing a bell, was that worthy of that?
Well, they wouldn't stop. They said, "If you do it one more time, we'll call the cops." And I don't even know what kid was doing it because they were hiding it like under their backpack. So they did it again. And the bus driver pulled over on the side of a highway and made us all get off. Well, a cop came to search the bus and us. And you could tell the cop was like, "This guy's insane." like he was like, "All right, well, how about we get the kids back on the bus? It's been 2 hours." Bus drivers are supposed to be insane, though. It's part of their charm.
I mean,
fun.
this sounds bad and yours sounds bad, but I was on a school bus where we were throwing a basketball around on the bus, and we're talking about those windows that look like they cut your fingers off and they never work right. And somebody missed the ball. It was past a little, good chest pass, and a really hard pass. They're supposed to catch it.
Has
and,
some mustard on it.
Yeah, they missed it, and it hit the window. It made the loudest sound any because that rattle of the window went like bam. The bus driver, we grew up near a quarry.
Is that rocks?
That's rocks, but also like it looks
Water,
like
too.
picture a mini Grand Canyon.
Thank you.
It had big cliffs and the water in the bottom. He stopped the bus and we were going by the quarry. He backed into the fence of the quarry, threatening to go over the ledge. Now, there was a big fence there. Like, we're 10.
I'll kill us all.
He didn't say that.
It was implied.
It was implied. And you know what? No one called the cops and no parents complained. Everyone was fine with his actions.
It was a different time.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it was
because
like,
you guys are bad as hell. Like, I would be like, I would have killed him too. Good job, bus driver. I get it.
my dad was like, "You shouldn't have thrown the basketball around." I'm like, we almost went over a cliff into a quarry.
Listen, kids are feral on the bus, and it's hilarious, and bus drivers being insane about it is also kind of hilarious, but they're horrible. Look at these. Look how bad Brian was. Look at them. Of course, he wanted to kill them. He almost killed them.
But the thing is, no one got upset about it. None of the parents stepped in with almost going off a cliff.
Because I'll tell you what, I don't want to drive a bus. I don't want to be around 47 plus kids in the morning. They're insane.
Well, the final part of this story, and you can share your stories at 312-591-8300, but police say they worked with the Valley Grove Elementary School during the investigation. Charges of simple assault and reckless endangerment were filed. Soker, the 75-year-old man, was issued a no trespass order barring him from school property or events. Doesn't say how long. Maybe it's permanent. Valley Grove District confirmed the incident happened, saying the driver's actions included, quote, using heat on the bus as a disciplinary action. And they have the bus contractor, of course, they contracted this out because no one, they're just freelancers. They replaced the driver immediately.
Oh my gosh. The text coming in, Brian. Can I just say 773 texted in and said, a kid on my bus got a concussion after the bus driver kept slamming on the brakes because kids wouldn't stop standing up in the aisle. Brian texted in and said, we were monsters on the bus. We threw a bus seat out the back door.
Darren checked in and said, we had a bus driver in middle school that picked up a dead raccoon with a shovel and got on the CV radio and yelled, Mom, I got dinner.
Okay, please continue with the stories. 312-591-8300.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
As promised, we will give out more sleep token tickets after we play Marcy Playground. That gets us in the music entertainment news. Plus, we announced at 8 o'clock the new Q101 pop-up free concert. We will get to that as well and music entertainment news. And we just finished up Head to Headlines, where the winning headline you chose was Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, quote, I'm going to cook you all, and vowing to bring a paddle as punishment the next day. And this brought up a lot of old stories from us and you about being on the bus, because maybe he was in the right because kids are just animals on the school bus. But on the text line, we have people checking in. Jay checked in on a field trip in high school. I bought some clay at the gift shop and turned it into a dildo. And then I threw it out the window. I threw it out the window on 290. It hit a van and exploded. The van driver was pissed and followed us for miles. No clue how I didn't get in any serious trouble for that, he says.
Oh, gosh.
No trouble for
This is what I mean. These kids are insane. So 773 texted him before the break. He was the one who texted and said, my bus driver gave a kid a concussion by slamming on the brakes repeatedly when some of the kids were standing instead of sitting.
Right.
And then he checked it again. Lucas here, same bus driver that caused the concussion, got in trouble for throwing a full soda can at a kid for tracking mud onto the bus. It's just part of the whimsy of like your junior high era to be like crazy and then have a crazy bus driver. It's part of the lore.
Alex checked in from Manuka and said, our bus driver left us at a stop and got off and walked away because someone said they didn't like her hair.
Amen, sister.
That's fair.
And we called our parents because she never came back for us.
Juan checked in and said, our bus was wild. My brothers got peed on by two older kids, and the bus driver didn't do anything to stop it. Do you know how evil that is? To get peed on?
There's so many
The
stories.
bus is insane.
I'm going to put a Facebook post up to put more of these on it because these stories are hilarious of the bus in school. So we have a text in from 219. We had a bus driver that used to blast man cow in the mornings on Q101. She hit a basketball hoop in someone's driveway. And when she stopped, she said, quote, don't no one go snitching to your mamas on this one. I've got to read a couple more. Another one comes in from 219. Back in school, our bus driver used to pull into some random parking lot whenever kids wanted to fight.
What?
They'd hop off, settle their differences, and meanwhile the rest of us were hanging out halfway out those bus windows you were just talking about, how they half open, cheering who we wanted to win. The fighters would be done, and sometimes Bloody would jump back on the bus, and then we'd just continue our ride home.
Oh, my God.
Bus fight club.
Oh, my God. Well, Paige texted in and said, To continue how feral kids were, my brother and his friends would bring brooms every day and throw them out the back windows to hit cars. You mad I'd be if I was a parent? Like, where do these brooms keep going?
We need a behind the music on all these kids and where they ended up. These kids that did this on the bus.
I don't think they're still with us.
There's one more I want to read. We'll close it out. We'll make a Facebook post to put these up there. Francisco checked in and said, my friends and I got expelled from riding the bus for half a school year because we kept mooning pedestrians and other drivers and other vehicles. We got caught because someone's mom recognizes their son's butt.
Oh, my God. Wait, I have one more.
Keep going. There's plenty of them.
Tammy texted in and said in first grade, her friends would pierce each other on the bus because they watched The Parent Trap, and they would do it with a safety pin.
Oh, my God.
And they got in trouble because by lunch, one kid's ear was so swollen and it was purple and it was leaking.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I have one more.
Dude, they're coming in so great here, we can't stop.
Don't you feel kind of bad for the bus drivers now when you hear these stories?
Well, I turning up the heat sounds light for this
Right?
guy. He tried to
Light
cook them.
work.
All he did was like turn up the heat to cook them.
Try to kill the bacteria in that kid's ear.
Right.
Melanie checked in and said, my ex-husband had a bus drive over his car in the student parking lot like it was a monster truck. The bus driver said they didn't feel it.
They didn't feel it.
You're going over the car.
It's incredible.
This is insane. I can't stop. 708 texted in and said, my sister is a bus driver for disabled children. She got a cane thrown at her head last year.
Oh, I can't breathe.
I can't.
Oh, my God. Oh, so good. We'll get a Facebook post up so you can add on the comment section of the rest of them because we can't. If I keep reading these, we can read these the rest of the show. It's unbelievable.
Oh, we just should. This is great.
It's pretty easy. Those Sleep Token tickets on in a second, 2 minutes basically in music entertainment news. Plus, we'll recap the announcement at 8 o'clock, the Q101 Halloween pop-up, the free concert, where it will be, who's playing, all coming up.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.